All right, happy Thursday, April 9th. Bonfire. This is a response to your video. Just watched your YouTube video, man. I even liked it. Hey, really happy to see people making these type of videos. Really happy to see you making your trade recap and to be asking feedback because honestly, that's how you learn, right? That this is exactly how you start getting serious and start engaging and taking your education in something serious. So, um, first, and let me just turn on this. First, while I'm gonna make this trade recap for myself as well, critique yours, and also just talk about my account and because I trade both. On the small account, obviously you're gonna try to see just US 30. However, on my other account, for my company, I do trade. I have to always trade NAS. That's a given on that one. But I'm also trying to take US 30 and making US 30 my bigger priority. So, um, with that being said, I mean it's the first time in my life that I'm genuinely trading both at the same given time. Really makes it kind of hard, but at the same time, kind of fun when it pans out. Like um this Monday and today have been pretty well for me. Tuesday and Wednesday have actually been pretty bittersweet. Tuesday, I feel like I lost and I made most of my losses back, but I was down $54. Wednesday, um, I was basically, or sorry, Tuesday, I still finished the day with negative $54, and then Wednesday I came back and made $51. So Tuesday and Wednesday basically cross each other out, right? So that's kind of what you want to have in terms of risk management. But anyways, going back to your video, first of all, Nas, I'm gonna ask first thing first. Are you paying for a premium plan? Are you paying for even the essentials plan with TradingView? If you are paying for a subscription with TradingView, please all the questions that I'm going to be asking you in this video, if you can just tag me and say number one, number two, number three, and then answer it, that'd be nice. So number one for you would be that question: do you have a subscription with TradingView? um I generally think, look at this chart and you're gonna see my chart. You're gonna basically see how my chart, again, this is all my opinion, right? To each their own. I feel like my chart's a little bit cleaner. Mostly because it's not with CME. I don't really agree with CME as a liquidity provider. I don't know how else to say it. They don't have the most detailed ISP, which basically means attention to milliseconds worth of data. They're not legit in the U.S. in the United States of America system in terms of data exchange. Um, what's that one financial branch for investment? It's like it's S. It starts with an S. It's, I don't know who it is actually. I mean, I know who it is. It starts with an S. It's like SAC, NSAC or something like that. ESAC, FSAC. I don't know what it is. On top of my head, but either way, CME is not part of that. Now, the liquidity and ISP providers for the brokers that I use are actually on the United States of America, and as well as that financial code, right? The jurisdiction. So what that just means is that, if you care so much about having the most precise data, you would and should go with somebody that's trusted, right? Or a company or a brand that's trusted. Yeah, but that's always to each their own. Now, actually, that's US 30. Now, still see how I use both FXCM, FXCM for both. Tradu and FXCM use the same. That's why, even though they're different companies, they use the same vendors for the data exchange. So, um, funny enough how that works actually. Now, let's start off with what I like. I like how you mark the highs. Okay, and then what I do not like the fact that, first of all, you asked me if candle patterns, right? You asked me if candle structure and candle patterns and recognizing what type of candles mean what, right? What's the significance? What's the value of each of those candles? And you showed me that little pattern on Google, that picture. Yes, to answer your question short, yes, it really is important because it kind of explains to you and kind of hints to you what you can expect next, right? If you have a doji, what can you expect next? You could expect a free fall. You could expect basically bears to start taking over as the majority of the bias at the given second or whatever time frame you're on. I also included that type of information in the second episode of the mentorship. That and it was like the first 5 slides where you actually should be paying attention. So please, I'll send another link of the mentorship, just so you can review it. Nothing really specific. So if you just want to study and take a look at the picture that you were showing me in your trade recap, sure, good enough. Now, good enough that you mark the highs, but you did not read what's happening. When you don't really read what's happening, you're kind of looking like a blind person for what's holding support, what's holding resistance. Now, let's go over to my chart and I'll break it down, right? I'll break it down. This was NAS. So you can see my blue line, you can see the white dotted line, that's my entry. As always, what was it? 6:15. Now, banks and the Federal Reserve and the NYSE, they literally already have their positions ready to load before 6 a.m., right? That's before 30 minutes. But they start loading it roughly anytime between 6:15 a.m., so that's 15 minutes pre-market to 5 minutes after the bell opening. So that there's roughly a 20-minute window, right? That the banks, Federal Reserve, NYSE, I don't know why I'm saying banks and Federal Reserve, they're the same. Why those two parties, the NYSE and the Federal Reserve, and even then all those private equity firms and hedge funds, they place the orders within the 20-minute window. Sometimes it's even after 6:35, meaning after 5 minutes of market opening, since I know, we have a time difference right here. Now, I'm gonna zoom in, try to make it a little bit clear for you, right? I don't really like it at zoom in though. Now, came up, came down. Seems like every time we came up, we came down. We just kept basically rejecting this area, right? Came down, came up, came down, came up, came down. Now we're wicking. Basically, the top of the bodies of these candles keep touching it, but it's still below the blue candle. The blue line. And next thing you know, we have a heavy flush down. Now we're working our way back up, but you have to know is like what type of data we have, right? What's happening. So when we finally get past this blue line, what do we want to see? We want to see basically what it's been doing. Literally 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times. You want to, if it's done it 7 times, then for the 8th time, you want to see it basically come up, touch this, and you want to see it basically. And why I said I liked your little green lines marking the highs, because that's exactly. They're a good TP. They're great for a TP standpoint. However, we all know that the market truly goes off of support and resistance, right? So what I truly wanted to see, my TP was right there, right? Because when we came up, retest, push up, double bottom, push up, came back down, retested it, nasty flush down, right? When we broke this, retested, push up. So I just wanted to see a retest of 24,893.06 to 940. Now I didn't, in all honesty, 893 to 940, what is that? That's just 47 points. On the brokers, that's realistically like 30, 35 points at most. Did not really see it having much potential. But it was a really easy setup. These type of setups are the ones that I'm guilty, and I'll admit it. Since I'm trying my best to take most of my trades and push US 30, since I feel like US 30 is the breadwinner. But today, in this case, I feel like NAS was really the breadwinner, and this is what I did with with NAS 100. All I did was basically, I got in literally at 6:15. It was pretty simple. She retested it. It went back up. Right now, I might have jumped in a little bit early because at one point I was heavy in drawdown. I know you're gonna be like, "Well, you're only like 3 points of drawdown." Well, I took a fucking heavy ass lot size, motherfucker. I loaded a bitch up pretty heavy. So, um, say 7 points. It was like no more than 4 points when you do the math. Um, I was in pretty big reds. Now I took heavy lots, but honestly, as soon as we got up to here, I had already literally before market opening, I had already closed this trade out. And this is how you should ideally be wanting to trade, especially if you're gonna be trading US 30, because you have to be trading from support line to the next resistance, right? Or from resistance to the next support. Now, why am I saying that? Maybe it's not clicking in your head just yet. Now, think about it. When you buy it, you want to basically close out your trade when we're getting you want to close it before you touch the next resistance, right? Or whatever resistance is coming up. Now, when we get here, either two things happen: either we're gonna have a nasty flush down, or and I'm gonna lose my profits unless. And you also asked me this bonfire because you said you get nervous or something. What do? You don't want to break even real quick. I would always give it a space. So in this case, once we got past this wick, that's when I adjusted my break evens to secure at least 5 points. I mean, again, 5 points on the account that I was using, it is pretty heavy money. It's pretty heavy money. It's like $900 per point. It's pretty heavy, right? And then when we retested it, I did get stopped out. And then at one point, actually, I think my break even was a little bit below this. At one point, we did stop out. But I mean, I was sitting really good in profit. If we had already climbed up, I think we had already climbed up, that was 28 points. And then when we came back down, just below this, when I saw that she was riling back up, next thing you know, I just loaded that contract up again. So I took a buy. I really wanted to see it hit TP over here. I don't have TP1, TP2. I have my ultimate TP where I think it's going to either hit support or resistance. Resistance in this case. So really beautiful trade. I made really good fucking money. Commission was $1,200, and my commission's literally, it's less than 2% of the trade. So if that's saying something, just a heads up, right? So it was like 1179 to be exact. So I closed a trade right here. I did adjust my break even. Actually, I don't adjust to break even. I want to secure some type of profit, even if that's 2, 3, 4, 5 points, maybe even 10 points. It just really depends on a trade. Some trades, some days you have to give it more space than others. This was one of those days. This was one of those trades where you had to give it some space. I personally just wanted to be done with NAS because I really enjoyed the setup with NAS. US 30, on the other hand, I felt like, honestly, I felt like US 30 has also been fairly easy, minus this yesterday's setup. Um, Initially, I was a little just confused where we're holding resistance. Kind of felt like we're just holding resistance this whole zone. So what I did, I just marked both, with that 842 being my ultimate stop loss. I just noticed every time we came down, we came back up, came down, came back up, came down, came back up, came down, came up to retest something. Then we had a nasty flush down. Now we're coming back up, and we're just, we want to flush, right? I thought ideally this was not my support per se, but wouldn't really make a bad idea for support. I just don't think that's exactly the best support, but I did want to see that being my ultimate TP. And if God willing, if we can get a nasty push below that too. So, what did I want to see, right? Pre-market. We're coming back down. What I want to see pre-market. Now we're coming back down, but here's the thing. So since we're coming back down, and all we've been doing is going up, down, up, down. Every down is followed with an up. Every up is chased afterwards with a down, with a flush, right? Keeping it dummy, stupid, simple, man. So when we're coming down, we're not gonna keep dropping, motherfucker. We're gonna retest it, right? Look, 1, 2, 3, 4, and now for the 5th time we have to retest it, right? So 4 times we retested, we came up 4 times at least. We came up, came down. So for the 5th time, I want to see it come up and it come down, right? It's not hard, I promise you. Literally, sometimes when I'm confused and when I'm down and out, I just asked myself, RZ, what's happening? What's the US 30 been doing? What has NAS been doing? That's all you have to ask yourself. So, with that being said, pre-market I hopped on. I just wanted, again, like Monday, like last Friday, I just wanted to see it come between 812 to 842 for a nasty sell-off. Now, you have to be patient with US 30. If you don't know how to read support and resistance, supply and demand, um, you're just, you don't have a long shot in this game. And what sucks is that if you really cannot read NAS, I feel like US 30 is gonna roast you, because that's exactly what happened to me yesterday. In 17 seconds, I got a drawdown of 80 points just because I thought we could be hitting a previous resistance. It wasn't bad, it just didn't follow the exact market structure. I knew that we are loading up orders for a nasty bullish pattern. I mean, a setup. It's just, I saw a flag setup and I saw that we could easily, I saw a little rejection. And next thing you know, went from, being almost $100 in profit to next thing you know, being already almost $300 in drawdown. Just fucking just got me out. 17 seconds. That's kind of what you have to expect from US 30. Now, anyways, sure enough, she started coming back down again pre-market. And I was just patient, I just was patient. So, let's hop onto the 1 minute time frame so you can see it. Again, 6:29, a minute before market opening, the bell opening. This is what she did. It's perfect. Perfect. Now, ideally, I was scared, like, if I jump in a sell over here and she pumps up over here, that's going to mean that I'm roughly in 25, 30 points in drawdown. And that's kind of just really pushing it for me, right? Especially a small count. So by the time I hit sell, and by the time I was like, I just can't waste. I can't waste time. I got a sell right there. And next thing you know, I was just trailing. I mean, you have to be really fast, Bonfire. You have to be really fast to adjust your stop loss sometimes, because at the end of the day, your main focus, every trade, your main focus should always be to protect your capital, to protect yourself, to protect your account from harm's way. Because in case if you didn't, and crazy enough, I brought my stop loss, right? Let's say it was my ultimate stop loss. I brought my stop loss, was trailing it. I remember I trailed it like once, twice, because I have to drag it by a line, right? And then I did it like that. And next thing you know, she just, look, Bonfire. See? Look. So my stops would have been hit because it was like right here somewhere, right? So I got stopped out like 34 points, give or take, in profit. I mean, I'd rather be rich than right every single time, bro. So, funny enough, we didn't get the nasty flush, but I was not wrong. I mean, very much, I would say I'm right, and I played defensively, right? So, that's that. That was US 30 with NAS 100. What had happened? Let's just see what had happened at market opening. See, this is what I mean. Like, as soon as I entered, I put my stops over here. She came, she broke it, and next thing you know, I just re-entered as soon as I saw that we're getting back up, and she just rode it, and it was perfect. It was perfect. So, if you I took about, let's say, 20 points. I missed out 20 points in profit, but that's fine. That's fine. And this is exactly why I tell you guys, you shouldn't really base your TP on what seems right. As much as I like those green lines, if it's not support, if it's not resistance, which, to be brutally honest, you can't really see resistance on these type of charts that well, then you wouldn't really understand what's happening afterwards, right? So when you understand support, when you understand resistance, when you understand the market structure, that given session, when you've been reading the last, say, hour and a half to maybe even 3 hours worth of candles on one time frame, then you can really understand exactly what should be happening. So yes, we did come up here. That was a little unexpected, not gonna lie, because no matter what, I just genuinely thought that we could easily be reversing like right here, right? So, what else? I think that's all I gotta say, mate. I got my small account. At one point, it's just crazy. from last Friday, I fucked up so bad. I went from $800. I literally, in 4 trades, I blew my account from, and I was a little too embarrassed to admit it, but I went from $878 to fucking down to $62. I think it was $63 to be exact. So 62 or 63.74. I don't remember which one exact. But from, and then I just literally got back on NAS and just wanted to kind of see that count above 150, and I got that account back to 218. Literally ended Friday. Still $600 down, but at least bearable to get that account back up. And Monday had a nice day. Tuesday, actually Monday was really good. Monday was $200 in profit. Tuesday down 54. Wednesday up 51, and then today, we're up. So pretty. As much as I want to say I'm excited, kind of has been a really tough week. I have to be honest on that part. But if you found this video useful, beneficial, if it answered your questions, if it answered anything, great. Please let me know. Tag me in the server. I love doing these type of videos, honestly, especially if people have expectations, right? So it also goes from me watching people to having people watch me and expecting the same things that I expect of other people when I'm watching their trade recap. So it's nice vice versa as well. So as always, peace, love, and cheers. Thank you.